Hey everybody, let's study chapter pair of straight line from the exam point of view. What is the most frequently asked question from this chapter is a theorem. Theorem number 2, which says if theta is the measure of the acute angle between the pair of straight line given by ax square plus 2hxy plus by square equal to 0, then prove that tan theta is equal to modulus of 2 times h square minus ab by a plus b, where a plus b is not equal to 0. This is the statement of the theorem. Why student find it difficult to write down this in the exam is because of there are 3-4 things which you need to remember very nicely from the 11th standard or 10th standard kind of thing. Let's recall that thing first and then we go to the solution of this theorem. The first thing which you need to remember here is if theta is acute angle between two lines whose slopes are m1 and m2, do you remember what is the formula for tan theta which you studied in the 11th standard? Can you just try to think what was the formula? Tan theta was equal to m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 m2. This is the first thing which everybody should remember. Second, do you remember what is a minus b the whole square, which is we know is a square minus 2ab plus b square, but a minus b the whole square can also be written as a plus b the whole square minus 4ab. Why? Because you can write a square plus 2ab plus b square minus 4ab, and observe this plus 2ab and minus 4ab gives me minus 2ab. So we are again left with a square minus 2ab plus b square only. So I'll be using this concept also, that a minus b the whole square is nothing but a plus b the whole square minus 4 times ab to prove this theorem. Next, you need to remember that for any quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, what is sum of the root alpha plus beta and what is product of the root alpha beta? If you remember, sum of the root alpha plus beta is given as minus b upon a, and product of the root alpha beta is given as c by a. Fourth, you need to remember that any line which is passing through origin is given as y equal to mx. In other words, m can be written as y by x. This 4 things put together is what is the theorem all about. Let's understand how. Let's discuss the solution of the theorem now. What is given to us in the question is there is pair of line which is given as ax square plus 2hxy plus by square equal to 0. The first thing I do here is I just rearrange the equation as by square plus 2hxy plus ax square equal to 0. Now why we have done this? Because if I just divide this throughout by x square, what exactly we get? We get y square by x square will give me y by x the whole square plus 2h xy by x square, 1x will get cancelled, I get y by x plus ax square by x square getting cancelled, I get a which is equal to 0. Now my next important step here is to remember that I am going to use this concept that slope m is y by x. So my equation will now turn to bm square plus 2hm plus a equal to 0. Now don't you think this is a quadratic equation? What I say here is, I say let m1 and m2 be roots of this quadratic equation. Be roots of, I say this equation is star, be roots of star. Now again I want you to recall what is the formula for m1 plus m2, sum of the root, and what is the formula for m1 m2. Sum of the root is nothing but given as minus b upon a. We need to remember this formula. Sum of the root was minus b upon a here. For this question, a here is b, b here is 2h, and c here is a. So I'll be using this formula of sum of the root and product of the root. So I substitute this value, I get minus value of b here is 2h, so I get 2h, and value of a here is b, so I get minus 2h by b. Also I get value of c by a, I substitute instead of c, I substitute a, and instead of capital A I substitute b, so I get a by b. So I got m1 plus m2 and m1 m2 ka values. What we need to do next is, we need to now use the formula m1 minus m2 the whole square can be written as m1 plus m2 the whole square minus 4 times m1 m2. I'll be using this values of m1 plus m2. So this is minus 2h by b the whole square, and this is a by b. What we get is 4h square by b square minus 4a by b. We just take LCM here. We have b square here. I just write 4a, and I'm just going to write 4ab. So the denominator will be now b square. I just multiply and divide by b here. Now what is happening in the numerator is 4h square minus 4ab upon b square. Observe, I can very easily take 4 common here. So if I take 4 common, what I get here is, I get inside the bracket h square minus ab, and everything is divided by b square. What I got here is, I got m1 minus m2 the whole square's value. Let us find what is modulus of m1 minus m2. That means I am taking square root. So this will be 4h square minus ab upon b square. If I take square root of 4 will be 2, and I get under root h square minus ab, everything by b. So I got value of modulus of m1 minus m2. Now let us find what is value of 1 plus m1 m2, modulus of 1 plus m1 m2. I know value of m1 m2, right? Product of the root we have found here, m1 m2 is nothing but a by b. I am going to use this value here. So I write a by b. If I simplify this, what I get is b plus a by b. That means nothing but a plus b upon b. Now I got all the values. I just need to use the theorem which is says that tan theta is nothing but modulus of m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 m2. Now I am going to substitute the value of m1 minus m2 and m1 1 plus m1 m2 here. The value of numerator m1 minus m2 is 2 times under root h square minus ab upon b, and value of 1 plus m1 m2 is a plus b by b. Observe here, can we cancel b? So what exactly is happening? That's how we got our answer. Therefore what we can say here is, tan theta is 2 times under root h square minus ab upon a plus b. Obviously a plus b should not be equal to 0 here, and that's my answer. That's the first theorem. We'll be solving now some of the questions from this chapter. I'll take some questions which are very highly likely to come in the exam. So let me take first such question. We want to find separate equation for x square plus 2xy tan alpha minus y square equal to 0. What we do here is, there are various way we can solve this. What we'll do here is, I'll follow the procedure which we have learned in the theorem. I'll write x square plus 2xy tan alpha minus y square equal to 0. First, I just rearrange the question. I just write minus y square plus 2xy tan alpha plus x square equal to 0. I just remove minus sign from everywhere. I get y square minus 2xy tan alpha minus x square equal to 0. Now if I divide throughout by x square, what you get? You get y by x the whole square. You get 2 times y by x tan alpha minus 1 equal to 0. And as usual, I am going to put y by x as m. So we get m square minus 2m tan alpha minus 1 equal to 0. Let me just rearrange this as m square minus 2 tan alpha times m minus 1 equal to 0. Now I call this as star, and this is a quadratic equation, right? Now suppose if I want to solve this quadratic equation, I'll be using the formula method. That is quadratic equation formula. Let me help you revise. Is minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. So the question here is, what is a here? A is 1, b is minus 2 tan alpha, and c here is minus 1. I am going to substitute these values. So I substitute minus of minus 2 tan alpha plus minus 2 tan alpha the whole square minus 4 into 1 into minus 1, everything divided by 2a. So 2 times a is 1. This gives me 2 tan alpha plus minus square root of 4 tan square alpha plus 4, everything divided by 2. Now if you observe, there is 4 here which we can take outside the square root. If I take outside the square root, it will be 2. So we get 2 times inside the square root. I am now getting tan square alpha plus 1. This other values I right now keep it as it is. Also observe that we can take 2 common from the numerator, it will get cancelled. So I am writing directly tan alpha plus minus under root 1 plus tan square alpha. I am just writing 1 plus tan square alpha so that it will click you very easily that 1 plus tan square alpha is nothing but sec square alpha. Square root of this can be written as directly as sec alpha. Okay, so we get tan alpha plus minus sec alpha by 1. You don't need to write 1 actually, you can write directly. This is just tan alpha plus minus sec alpha. But what is m here? Recall that we can write m as y by x. So finally what we get is, we get y equal to tan alpha plus minus sec alpha times x. This will also give me 2 equation. One is y equal to tan alpha plus sec alpha times x, and second equation will be y equal to tan alpha minus sec alpha times x. If you want to rearrange, you can rearrange this equation. You can write this as tan alpha plus sec alpha times x minus y equal to 0, or you can also write this as tan alpha minus sec alpha times x minus y equal to 0. So this two equation are nothing but my separate equation in the term of ax plus by kind of thing, and this is what you need to do here. We just got two separate equation for the pair of straight line. Let's go to the next question, which is also very frequently asked in the exam. Again, you'll remember that the theorem which we have studied is what we are going to use again and again. So my second question here is, find the value of k if slopes of lines represented by 3x square plus kxy minus y square equal to 0 differ by 4. So what we know here is, we just know that slope of this lines differ by 4. So I say, first thing I say, let m1 and m2 be slopes of line 3x square plus kxy minus y square equal to 0, and m1 minus m2 I write modulus, that will be better. m1 minus m2, modulus of m1 minus m2 I am writing just so that we can recall that I am going to use the concept which we have discussed in the theorem. Now how will be using the theorem here? What I do here is, as usual, the first thing I do here is I just write y in the beginning, minus y square plus kxy plus 3x square equal to 0. I divide throughout by x square. This is the common process I follow almost in all the questions. So minus y square by x square, kxy by x square, 3x square by x square. So observe here that x square is getting cancelled, one x is getting cancelled here. So we get minus y by x the whole square plus ky by x plus 3 equal to 0. But what is y by x? Y by x is nothing but m. So what we get is, we get minus m square plus km plus 3 equal to 0. Now I am just going to change the sign here. So m square minus km minus 3 equal to 0. Now let me help you with a, b and c quadratic equation. A is 1, b is minus k, c is minus 3. Now recall what is m1 plus m2 and m1 m2. Do you remember the formula? m1 plus m2 sum of the root is minus b upon a. m1 m2 product of the root is c by a. I am going to use this concept. So this will be minus of minus k upon 1, which is going to be k, and here this is going to be minus 3 upon 1, which is going to be minus 3. Now I am going to use this concept and find the value of k. Recall that the question have told me that m1 minus m2 is nothing but equal to 4, right? So if I square this, what I get? I get m1 minus m2 the whole square is equal to 16. But recall now, the most important thing is to remember that m1 minus m2 the whole square can be written as m1 plus m2 the whole square minus 4 times m1 m2. Now I know already m1 plus m2 and m1 m2 ka value. I call this is, say, equation 1, this is equation 2. Substitute these values here. So this is going to be k square minus 4 into minus 3 is equal to 16. So I got k square plus 12 equal to 16. This gives me k square equal to 16 minus 12, which is equal to 4. So k square is equal to 4. So k is going to be equal to plus or minus 2. And that's my final answer. I got the value of k equal to plus or minus 2.